heart pounding, drenched in sweat,
You got this!
and no excuses. These are the greatest workouts in America.
We as humans are far more capable than we believe.
No matter the odds,
Think about the end result.
get out there and get going.
We're gonna start with 45 minutes.
This is Pumped.
Dance to me,
Dance can be whatever you want it to be.
It has set me free in more ways than anything else.
If we're given one life and granted one chance to experience all that we can experience, what am I most passionate about and what do I most want to contribute to the world? And for me, it boiled down to my artistry and dance.
from a very young age, all I can remember was trying to teach my stuffed animals how to dance.
I think it's a really beautiful way that as humans we get the chance to express ourselves where words fail.
I took my mother to see a ballet. During intermission, I just had this thought that I'm gonna write a ballet story.
I realized I was different in the dance community immediately. I was starting late.
I was the only person of color in my class, and I knew I was the only person in the room on a scholarship.
I was doing all the work, I was putting in all the effort, and then I was told that I did not have the body structure to be on point.
My body, my build, myself as a dancer, it's going to stick out.
I was told many times, my background and my age, it shouldn't be possible for me to reach any level of success.
We really only had just Tom Dude into the room, and yet we're already being judged before we even get to do an 8 count.
I really want to see more inclusivity and more diversity. I want to see people not being excluded just because of their appearance.
I would love to make dance more accessible. Equipment is expensive and performing is expensive.
I'm hoping that people of color get the financial help that they need.
I want a freshness in the dance community to keep the evolution of dance going.
I just want to create this ballet to let ballerinas know that there is a space for you.
You're promoting diversity by casting dancers who are not considered immediately because of height, weight, gender, or racial identity.
The positive part about what the pandemic has done for arts is increased accessibility.
We can do anything we do in the studio at home.
Once it's available everywhere, then you can't stop the progression of it.
My hope is that we continue having diverse dancers and more people comfortable talking about their experiences.
Dance is a strong art form that is needed in the world. It will definitely recover.
Diversity isn't just about identity, it's about representing yourself.
I've met a diverse group of people of all colors, shapes, sizes, walks of life that have supported me.
I like the way I look. I don't mind that I may have to work harder because I have to prove my spot there. I'm here and I share the stage with these other dancers, and I am just as capable.
I'm a very tall woman of color who is curvy. I don't fit into that ballet narrative at all, and it really shows that it doesn't matter what your appearance is.
Even for the little dancers, for the older dancers, for the prima ballerinas, and for the core dancers, I want everyone to understand that this is our world together, and this is the art world together. No matter who you are, what your background is, and when you started, you can all be there for each other, and it feels good to have a family.
You're watching Pumped.
I'm originally from South Sudan in East Africa. In South Sudan, we spend a lot of time outdoors just running around and enjoying nature. But unfortunately, a civil war started and then I had to leave. Well, we were at a refugee camp in Uganda and the camp was attacked. We escaped. Another family took me in. I was one of 9, the only boy in the house. When you are picked to come here, they take you to an orientation. They teach you what life is going to be like in the United States, and you dress your best. So we got a pair of shoes, and it was pretty awesome to put on some shoes because I was just used to walking around and running around barefoot. 3 years later, I ended up moving to Houston as a refugee. My name is Julius Michael. I'm from South Sudan. I'm a history teacher and a cross-country and track coach at Episcopal High School. I came to the United States in 1999. I was about 10, 11 years old. The only thing I knew about the United States was that the Americans went to the moon, and it was ironic I ended up in Houston, Texas, the center of space exploration. My first impression of Houston was a lot of lights and noise. The things that gave me culture shock in Houston was the food, especially ketchup. It tasted weird. Goldfish, when I went to church one day and they gave us goldfish and water for snack, it was just very weird. Ketchup, I was able to acquire the taste. Goldfish, not so much. When I first came to Houston, the only English words I knew were yes and no. In East Africa, you learn how to pick up languages really fast. So it was sink or swim. By the second year, I was able to speak right, and they put me in just regular classes after that. I played sports and hanging around kids my own age, I was able to pick it up real fast. I realized I had a passion for running when my basketball coach took me to a high school meet. I saw one of Coach Martinez's athletes running, and after the meet, I walked up to ask Coach Martinez, can you make me fast like him?
I met Julius, I think, when he was in the 8th grade. The way he approached me and the way we started talking, he's very mature for his age. He was always full into it. He would be the first man out there and the last man to leave.
Coach Martinez influenced me and helped me by telling me that running is like life. Whatever you put in is what you get out, and the more I trained, the better I got.
He was always trying to get better. He was always trying to influence the other guys to get better, and that's where his leadership skills started to become prominent.
I earned a scholarship to run at Sam Houston. Said I was really surprised because I didn't know I could go to college. I didn't know if I could afford it. But my teacher said Lamar really helped me with the process, and I knew then I wanted to be like Coach Martinez and teach and coach.
I like running at Memorial Park because of all the people here. I prefer to start my day off with a run here because it sets the tone for the rest of my day. Puts me in really good mood.
At Episcopal, I teach history. Also, I'm the head coach for cross country as well as the distance track and field.
He's nothing like any of the regular guys that I know that have been coaching for years. He's very charismatic. The best thing ever happened to Episcopal High School was when they hired Julius Michaels. His agenda is working with children and helping to guide them. It will help John to be able to run with 3 or 4 guys.
Yeah, Coach Martinez and I come here to just share ideas as our kids are running at the park and help them become better runners. He's been like my father figure. Even though we come from different backgrounds, it's like we're cut out of the same cloth.
I know why I've stayed in touch with Julius, because I think that I can learn a great deal from him. There are great things ahead for Julius, and it's not just in the coaching ranks.
Right before the COVID shutdown, I was able to move my mom to the United States, and she's currently living with me. It's been fun to live under the same roof as my mom, which is something that had not happened since I was a little child.
You're watching Pumped.
Flagstaff Extreme FLGX, we're a high ropes adventure course. We incorporate different kinds of high ropes obstacles, different kinds of zip lines, and it's just a great way to be outside in the woods.
I don't know how and why I'm gonna do this, but we're gonna do it. Go high we are.
This is a lot. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God.
The original course was built in Flagstaff, Arizona. People are expecting just zip lines, and then when they arrive here, they realize that it's more than just zip lines. There's different kinds of bridges, and there's a lot more heights than people expect.
It's a lot of fun, it's challenging, you get some exercise, some fresh air, it's beautiful, it's exciting. That's why I wanted to do it again.
The only tip I could give you would be make sure you sit down when they were telling me to feel the weight. That's what did it, but it took a while to commit to it still.
It's all self-guided. So we're putting you in a harness, we're teaching you how to use climbing gear, and you're going by yourself up into the trees. Our staff is still gonna be on the ground. We're still gonna be able to watch and make sure you're safe, answer any questions you have, and kind of show you the techniques. Because like we mentioned, the green starts low and slow, and people need coaching. If it's a fear of heights, it's gonna be, it's pushing your limits and it's scary. So we want to encourage that in a safe environment and make sure people are equipped to deal with the different kinds of challenges that we give them, both physical and mental. We start slow and low to the ground, about 10 to 15 feet, and then by the time you're going to the very last couple courses, you could be anywhere from 30 to 40 feet off the ground. The vaccine coming out and us being outside, we've been able to accommodate safe social distancing practices and being out in the forest so we can kind of minimize that exposure and really just reconnect with being outside and being able to space out and do something that gets us off our butts and out doing something physical. The course speaks for itself. When you come out here and you see the course, it's this big mass of cables and structures zigzagging through the trees, and you don't really know what to make of it. And that could be a little scary, but it's the staff and the interaction with the awesome staff that we have here to really make sure that people have an awesome day that they will remember and talk about for the rest of their lives. These are the best bar stories, the best stories that they'll get for a long time. Families being able to bond with each other, helping each other out, and it just gives them something to connect over. So it's all about taking our fun and sharing it with everybody else.
Up next.
We want to blend into the nature, be inviting, let people know where we're at, but also just also be in balance.
And later.
For me, like, I wanted to pass it on, and then him taking to it was probably the best thing that I could imagine,
You're watching Pumped.
It's tucked away in the woods, and when you walk from the parking lot through the woods and it just explodes in front of you.
The woodlands being 28% forest reserves community-wide, one of the best assets we have are the trees.
Where's the third level? Wave your hand up there.
You now are able to touch the trees in a way that nobody else can.
In front of you, you're going to see a red, blue, or gray loop. Go ahead and put your right foot in that for me.
We are the Costa Rica of Texas. This is the only high tree adventure course in Southeast Texas. We want to blend into the nature, be inviting, let people know where we're at, but also just also be in balance. When we were looking for a recreational amenity to get in connection with nature, Tree Ventures was formed.
Whew. Don't look down. Now I'm getting all cocky out here.
It just really brings you right into the forest and lets our residents and our visitors connect to our trees.
No. The course is a series of telephone poles connected with a bunch of wires.
If they were all like this, I'd be golden.
So at all times you are snapped in to the course with your belay system. So we have 73 elements. There's probably about 3 or 4 different ways to actually do an element.
Can I just do it in a way that's comfortable to me?
One of the coolest elements is actually on the east side of the course, which you're really literally walking right past the trees in the tree canopy. And so just to be that close to nature is really an experience.
Everybody has pools, everybody has parks, but only the Woodlands has Tree Ventures.
Later.
I was looking at the door, and then when Altuve walked in, my mouth dropped and I didn't know what to say.
You're watching Pumped.
Hi, my name is Rylan and I play baseball. I started since I was 3 years old, and ever since I've been getting better and better.
You know how normal people will set up and our necks are facing, the pitcher. We can turn our heads to face the pitcher to get ready. In his case, he only has a certain amount of degrees to look towards the pitcher, and then he looks out of the corner of his eye to look at the ball to come his way, which is really difficult for him because he only sees partially of the ball coming his way.
When Rylan was born, he was diagnosed with Charcot-Levin syndrome.
It makes my chest bulge out and it makes my body little. I don't have that much ribs. The ribs that I do have are stuck together. It makes me hard to breathe when I run.
Several doctors said no to any sports, football, baseball, basketball, but his current doctor said that baseball would be the only sport he could play. He was around 3 or 4, and we decided to put him in baseball just to, I guess, get him around other kids, We didn't want to treat him like anything was wrong.
He was in T-ball, actually, like 4 or 5. That's when we start noticing his gift, I guess you could say. When he gets up to the plate, he did his own little stance. We didn't have to teach him that. He got ready. When we saw when he's in the outfield, baseball ready, he got ready. I didn't really have to tell him anything. And that's when we kind of figured out he's gonna love, love, love this game.
I want to make it to the MLB, like Altuve. I saw Altuve, and he was small like me, so I wanted to be just like him.
He always says the quote that Jose Altuve says, it's not the size of the player, it's the size of the game. And Rylan strongly believes that he has game, just like Jose Altuve. What does he say? The biggest dynamites come in the smallest packages.
Yeah. He also calls them the big me.
We were at the Astros game, front row seat. I forgot what it's called, but you get to go in like a little club thing. I was looking at the door, and then when Altuve walked in, my mouth dropped and I didn't know what to say. I couldn't speak. I signed one of my baseball cards from picture, and then he gave me his Grand Slam ball that he hit a Grand Slam with, and he signed it, and then he gave me his own bat.
Rylan, Tyler Naquin here from the Reds, man. Just wanted to reach out, let you know that there's some people out here thinking about you, man. We're here in Milwaukee with the Reds.
Keep playing, you'll be out here one day.
What's up, Rylan? Tucker Barnhart here, buddy.
Hey, man, Kyle Farmer. How you doing?
What's up, dude? I'm Jesse Winker, man. Hey, you're an all-star on our team, buddy. You can play for us any day of the week, man.
I want to be an inspiration to kids that are sick and that have health issues like me.
I know when Rylan says he wants to be an inspiration for other kids and for kids with health, his sister is she's one of them. Mm-hmm. He's watched her go through like some of the hardest times in her life. She was on the ventilator. She had a tracheostomy. She still has a feeding tube to this day. And not once does he doubt her. He just teaches her to keep going, to be strong. There was a time she didn't have a voice, like she couldn't talk because of the tracheostomy being in her neck. And every single day, Rylan would come into her room and read a book to her. Like he was determined that his little sister was gonna learn to talk. And fast forward to now, and she doesn't stop talking.
When my days get hard, I just look at him, just watching him go through all that and make it and not even fuss about it. He's my inspiration 100%. There's no doubt that he's my idol. He's my superhero.
Up next,
Going fast and jumping really high.
He took to it so fast that it was, this kid's got it.
My dad started it, so I wanted to try to do it.
For me, like I wanted to pass it on, and then him taking to it was probably the best thing that I could imagine, you know, and that's all I asked for.
I've gotten really good at holding my breath for like a solid 3.5 minutes while it's all taking place. And some races are a little bit more stressful than others.
Leg up high, with balls of your feet, and stand leaning back, wide open.
His athleticism really puts a lot of my worries at ease. We just know that he's going to go out there and do what he's supposed to do.
I get more nervous when I'm standing behind him on the gate than I do when I'm going to ride. And if it goes there, it goes there, and we're obviously going to push to get there.
coming up.
Our tagline is overcome anything. It's the same initials as obstacle athletics, that OA. And sure, you can get over these obstacles, but overcoming whatever, might have set you back in your fitness or your health.
You're watching Pumped.
Big kick. There you go. It's a real strong hold on that ring. Kind of jump back, swing out. There you go.
If you're looking to get back into working out,
why not get into the swing of things at Obstacle Athletics, where you can monkey around while breaking a sweat.
Our gym has been open just shy of 4.5 years. I was involved with a couple different realms of fitness. I had gotten into more functional training. I did CrossFit going forward, so my background, what we do here was kind of based in that type of workouts. And the reason to train that way was when I got into obstacle course racing. And so that was kind of really the first concept of how our gym came to be. Of course, we have a huge following of American Ninja Warrior, the popular TV show, especially with kids. Some of our focus has really shifted to that being even part of the main thing that we do here.
I was very scared to do a lot of things, and like balance I wasn't good at, and I always fell on the laches, and now I can get everything like on the laches and like not fall off the balance course.
Just like a good feeling helping the kids get into like some obstacles. It's pretty intimidating at times helping them because I don't want them to feel like they're gonna fail. But I always tell them like that's part of a life. Even I fail in the obstacles sometimes. So I always try to find a way to motivate them. And now you're gonna do your famous quintuple steps. So it's gonna be right, left, right, to the big box.
Whether it's a kid or an adult coming in for the first time, and almost, I think I get more excited about maybe the project of someone that doesn't have any background. They're totally new, maybe even not very in shape, maybe coming off an injury. Slowly they start to have success on some of these obstacles that they probably first time came in here and looked at this space and were intimidated and didn't think they belonged or thought it was too difficult, and they start getting those gains and knocking off obstacles. It's the best thing. Our tagline is overcome anything. It's the same initials as obstacle athletics, that OA from day one. Something that we've meant literally and figuratively. Sure, you can get over these obstacles, but overcoming whatever might have set you back in your fitness or your health. There's no ego here. Everyone is supportive of whoever you are coming in to take a class, and most likely everyone else started there too, so they appreciate that. Little by little, you'll get better, you get more comfortable, and probably get better at the obstacles or the movements and everything that we do here.
Regrip, get a good. Have a favorite spot to get pumped? Tell us on social media.